Hello everyone, I'm Snigdha Kakkar. This is my channel Accelerate AI Careers. Today I have brought a very interesting lead code problem, lead code 120, triangle. This question has been an all-time favorite for FANG companies. Some of the companies which have asked it in their last 0 to 3 months of interviews are Google, Amazon, Bloomberg, Walmart, Microsoft, Apple, and Salesforce. So it's a pretty good set of companies. This question is really important. It will teach you another way of handling questions for recursion or dynamic programming. So let's see what does this question say. And this question even a 90 IQ person can solve if they have practiced enough. So that's why it's really important that you practice DP questions. So you have been given a triangle array as shown in example 1 here. What do I mean by triangle array is that every row will have one element more such that the subsequent array with nested arrays forms a triangle. It need not be a ever increasing triangle. It can be increasing, decreasing, or mixed, but it is a triangle. And you have to return the minimum path sum starting from top to bottom. And there is a constraint there that for each step, you have to move only to the adjacent number of the row below. That is, from each index, in the next array, you can move to only that index, that is ith index or I plus 1th index. As I already disclosed, this could be a DP question, so you'll just be interested in DPI and DPI plus 1 basically. Now let's first understand the question from the point of recursion, and then we'll move towards an approach to solve it fast with lesser time complexity, okay? So now if I start solving this question using recursion, I'll explain it using example 1. So in example 1, you have been given this array. If I have to compute the minimum path sum starting from top to bottom just by looking at this question, how would I compute it? I would first select from the bottom most array 4183, the minimum is 1. So I would select that. Then on the row just above it, 657, the minimum is 5. So 1 plus 5, 6. Then the row just above it, 3 and 4, so minimum is 3. 6 plus 3, 9. And just a row above it, the minimum will obviously be 2. So 9 plus 2, 11. That's your output here. But this is like the first glimpse solution which I thought. It might not be true always. You would say I could have just picked 3 because 3 is less than 4 from the row just below 2. But that will not always be the case, right? There could be a minimum path sum in a question where you would go via 4, but the next row elements could be 0, 0, and that's why your sum is coming as 6 there. Instead of 7, there could be 0, and instead of 3, there could be 0. Then your minimum path sum could have been 2 plus 4 plus 0 plus 0. So it need not be necessary that just because 3 is less than 4, then I have to go through 3. It will always be that you start from the bottom. That would be your base case. You start from a row and just presume that there is also a row below this which has 5 elements which are all 0. So that's your base case here. Then recursively you go upwards. So from 0, 0, 0, 0, of course the minimum would be 0. Then you go up. And since you are only interested in I and I plus 1th term for every subsequent row, so you have to move it in a tree fashion only. So say suppose from this base case I go up, then my next row is 4183. So I will compute minimum sum possible. So 4 will have two children, I equal to 0 and I equal to 1, and both values are 0 here. So 4 plus 0, 4 plus 0, minimum would be 4 here. So I have that 4 here. Now 1 will have two children, I equal to 1 and I equal to 2. Both values are 0. Again, base case. So the sum would be 1, minimum would be 1 here. Now 8 will have two children again, I equal to 2 and I equal to 3. Again, the values at I equal to 2 and 3 is 0 since it's a 0 array next. So 8 plus 0, 8. And similarly, 3 will have two children, I equal to 3, I equal to 4. Both values are 0. So the minimum sum would be 3 until this row. So we can compute the minimum of 4183. The minimum of 4183 would be 1. Now we go up. So children for 6 would be 4 and 1. And the minimum for them is 1. So 6 plus 1, 7 would be up there. 5 for 5, the children are 1 and 8. So the minimum sum would be 5 plus 1, 6. And for the children for 4 would be 8 and 3. So sum would be 7. So here in the row of 6, 5, 4, the minimum would be of sums 7, 6 and 7. Since I just computed the minimum sums, the children from 6 are 4 and 1. so sum would be 7. For 5, the children are 1 and 8, so sum is 6. And the children for 4 is 8 and 3, so sum would be 7. So the minimum of 7, 6, 7 is your minimum here. So the minimum here in this row would come out to be 6. And that will be through 5, 1 and 0. Now we go up. If we go, 3 has 2 children, 6 and 5. And we already know the path from 5, 1, 0 is minimum. So 3 plus 5 plus 1, that is 3 plus 6, 9. So that's the minimum from this side. And the minimum from 4 side, 4 will have 2 children, 5 and 4. We already know the sum would be minimum from 5, 1, 0. So 4 plus 6, 10. So the minimum would be 10 if you go towards 4. So now 2 plus 9, 11, or 2 plus 10, 12. That is your final answer. So that's why the minimum is 11, because we are going towards 3. So that should be your approach here while going. You always presume that it's kind of a tree, not a binary tree, but a tree. And you always start from the bottommost row, which you presume forming up of zeros. And then you go upwards, and every time you compute the minimum sum of children. And you are just interested in the row just below the row you are computing. So say suppose I was computing the minimum path for 4183, so I was just interested in row below it, which is comprising of all zeros. When I'm computing minimum path for 654, I was just interested in row just below it, which comprised of the updated sum which I got from 4183 and 0000. Then when I was computing row 3, 4 for that minimum path, then I was just interested in row just below it, where I'll have the updated path sums 767 from the previous computation. So I'll always use only one row. Since I'm using just one row, and usually that row is being updated with the minimum path sum, and that's how I'm computing the next row. So my space complexity would be O of n, where n is number of rows. And my time complexity would be O of n square, where n square is the total number of elements in the triangle. So I hope the time and space complexity is clear and the DP approach is clear, that we are not essentially doing rework every time, and we are using the row just below the row for which we are computing minimum path sum, and we are going to the subsequent row, computing that, updating that. Every time we are just updating one row. So that's the entire approach. Now let's start coding it and understand it better. Since I'm using DP to solve it, I'll first initialize my DP array. And my DP array would be nothing but an array of zeros. And how many elements would it have? It would have elements in the length of triangle, the triangle array which I have, and 1 plus that. Because I will have, say, the last row has 4 elements, then the next row should have 5 elements. So I'm adding 1 here, and everything would have zeros. So I'm initializing that DP array. And after that, I will do a for loop for each row in this triangle array. But we should go in reverse order. We should start from the bottom. So in Python, to start from the bottom, you do this. That way, you will get the bottom element first. And then I will have enumerate for index, comma, element. In enumerate this, and then I will compute and update DPI. So for every row, I will be updating DPI by taking minimum of its children. The children are DPI and DPI plus 1. And this minimum I need to add to the current value. The current value is n, which I got from this enumerate. So I'm using index and the value there. So for I, n in enumerate row, I'll update that value n with the minimum of DPI and DPI plus 1. And the entire value I'm storing in DPI, because I have to keep on updating this DP. And finally, when I have gone through the entire row and entire triangle, I will just return what my output would be. My output would be in DP0 finally. So whatever is there in DP0 at the end, that's my final minimum path sum, and that I will return. So let's run the code. It's accepted. Let's submit. As you can see, our solution beats 100% of solutions here. So that's a really big thing, a big achievement. Now, if you want to visualize what we did exactly. So basically, in this triangle, just presume it's not a 4-row triangle, it's a 5-row triangle, and the 5th row is comprising of 5 zeros. And that 5 zeros is your DP array. And we are updating that with minimum path sum until that row every time. And then once we reach to the top element, our output would be in dp0, whatever the minimum path sum is. That's what we are doing here. So essentially our space complexity is the space which we are using for dp array, which is O of n, the number of rows we are computing. And our time complexity would be O of n square, because we are going through all the elements in the array here. So I hope the solution is clear to you. If you have a better approach to solve this question, do share it in the comments. I would love to learn from you. If you like my way of solving problems, subscribe to my channel to get notifications for your daily LeetCode challenge. Thank you.